Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another episode of Kast. Hopefully keeping you guys up to date, which is not something I tend to do quite often recently, but we're trying to change that as far as we possibly can. Although it hasn't been easy because I haven't really had a lot of time, and we're going to get into that, and I'm going to tell you guys about what's been happening recently. But first, let's go into this shout out section. So today, the very first shout out goes out to Dami for donating Dungeon Siege 3 and all the DLC. I've actually been pretty curious to trying out Dungeon Siege 3, but it's not obviously been a priority for me since whenever I actually have to spend money, I have to try and invest on something that I can show to you guys and not just on stuff that I'm excited about. And also a very special shout out to Gort for donating Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 and Crusader Kings 2. Thank you very much, guys. It is much appreciated, even though I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to be able to play Crusader Kings 2 because the game seems really, really daunting and challenging. So we'll see about that. Either way, we also have a community topic this time around, and the community topic is by Declore, and he had this to say. What are your thoughts on the Elder Scrolls Online payment model, initial cost, subscription fee, and microtransactions? Also, what do I think of subscription fees for MMOs, the likes of WildStar and Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn, also using similar subscription fee models? Well, here's the thing. I'm not opposed to subscription fees per se, because a lot of people seem to think that from now on, like, no, all MMOs got to be free. And to be completely honest, I feel that the best possible model that you can come up with is the Guild Wars 2 model. That, I feel, is the more fair model for an MMO, which is basically you pay the entry fee, and then you can buy stuff like what they sell in Guild Wars 2, like aesthetic stuff. You can also buy some experience boosts or whatever, so long as the boosts aren't like something that's really meaningful. And in the case of Guild Wars 2, they're not a big deal at all. At least not in my opinion from what I've played in the game back in the day, because I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in quite some time. But that would be the, in my opinion, the best payment model in the future of MMOs. Now, the problem is obviously a lot of people have smelled the WoW money, and a lot of people want to get the WoW money, and a lot of people want to have that kind of success, and obviously bank on currently 7 million, but they used to be like 10 million subscribers, giving them as much money as possible. Now, Elder Scrolls Online is taking it a step further, but let's not forget the fact that World of Warcraft did this as well, which is World of Warcraft also implemented microtransactions. And to be completely honest, my opinion on that is that it is completely wrong. From the standpoint, as soon as you're charging for a subscription fee, which, bear in mind, I'm not against, okay? I'm not against subscription fees at all. But as soon as you're charging for a subscription fee, that's it. That's the only thing you get to charge, okay? I'm already paying you $15 or however much they expect people to pay. And it's like, that's it. That's all you really should get from me. The whole thing about putting a microtransaction store on top of a subscription fee model, I think that's pushing it over the line. And World of Warcraft pushed it over the line a long time ago, I might say, and they banked on it. Like, everybody knows the success story of the Sparkle Pony. So obviously, Elder Scrolls Online is most likely going to try and do something like that. Now, what they say that they are going to charge for in Elder Scrolls Online is fun items and services. Now, here's the thing. First, let's start with services. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, yeah, sure, it's fair to charge for services, but you'd be wrong. You'd be really wrong, because here's the thing. It's not even fair when World of Warcraft charges you for services. What? Switching your character from one server to another, and you have to pay for that? What do you think? You think that there's something at Blizzard actually like drag and dropping your character to another server? No. The whole process is done automatically. It's done by computers. Are you kidding me? Why the hell are we even paying? We're already paying a subscription fee. That should take care of all costs inherited with server management. You should not have to pay to transfer characters. You should not have to pay to change your name. You should not have to pay for any of that stuff. That's my opinion. Bear in mind, this is just an opinion. That's all it is. Like, I'm not inside the business. Like, I don't know how much it costs them, like in terms of server power and server usage and whatnot to transfer one character from one realm to the other. But as far as I'm concerned, the $15 a month should take care of that. That is my opinion. So services, I don't think it's fair. Fun stuff, I don't think it's fair either. Because here's the thing. If I'm already paying you $15 a month, I want access to everything. Everything the game has to offer, I need to be able to access it. And I don't like the idea that there's payment that I can't access. Now, they haven't really confirmed that you can't access the cosmetic items in Elder Scrolls Online, but that is usually the way it goes. Like, for instance, most of the stuff in actually, if not all of the stuff in the World of Warcraft microtransaction store, you can't access in-game. And that, in my opinion, is unfair because, look, I'm paying you guys. I want access to everything. I don't care if you tell me, oh, to get this thing, you need to get a raid, you need to get 40 people, and you need to go do this dungeon. That's fine. But to tell me, oh, in order to get this thing, you need to pay $5 additional on top of your subscription fee. That is not fine. So that is the way that I feel about that. Now, in regards to WildStar and Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn also using subscription fees, I'm not against it. As a matter of fact, I think the payment model in WildStar is actually interesting because supposedly you can actually buy in-game time through is it even an auction house or something? Whatever. Players are going to be able to sell you in-game time. So players can buy in-game time and sell it to you for gold. Is that a problem for me? No, not at all. I think that is a fair system. Is WildStar also going to have microtransactions? I'm not sure. If it does, my opinion stands. I do not agree with it from the standpoint, even if players are just, look, they're just grinding for gold and paying their time for playing online through the grinding of gold. Look, I don't care. It's like, because you're charging a subscription fee to someone, and I'm buying that subscription fee from someone with in-game currency. So the subscription fee has been paid for. So microtransactions have no place there. Same thing. I don't know what Realm Reborn is doing in terms of microtransactions, but I have a feeling that Realm Reborn is most likely going to go free to play. Now, I could be wrong, but that is the feeling I get because I played it during the closed beta and we couldn't make any videos about it. Then they came out and the game came out and I was like, okay, so maybe I'll make a video about it now. Although I'm not even sure if my beta account still has access to the game or not. Well, one thing's for sure. What I've played in the beta, I did not like it at all. I didn't really like the game. And it's like, look, I understand. Some people like Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn. That's fine. I know that Pallytime loves the damn thing. But I didn't like it. It felt, most of the mechanics in that game felt very dated. The graphics were really cool. The animations were very nice. But the rest of the game just felt dated. Like, I felt that Guild Wars 2 really brought a lot of new things, for instance. Despite the fact that they still couldn't get their shit together to get a goddamn group finder going. But that's an entirely different subject. But I felt that they brought a lot of new things to the table. I feel that WildStar is bringing a lot of new things to the table. I don't feel that Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn is bringing a lot of new things to the table. But then again, just bear in mind, once again, this is my opinion from whatever little time I've played. I think I've played that game for like 6 hours or something. I played 6 hours of Final Fantasy Online during the closed beta, and I didn't like what I saw very much. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite things to do in that game was just kill stuff. It's like, look, I don't want to do quests. I want to just do this the old school style, the old Korean grinder style, because I kind of dig the combat, but that's pretty much it. I don't want you to tell me, go over here and kill stuff. I want to just go over there and kill stuff without you telling me, if that even makes any sense. It was actually cool to just explore that world and just kill monsters randomly and partake in the Fate events or whatever. Those were cool, but still, apart from that, eh. But like I said, I feel that A Realm Reborn is probably going to eventually go free to play. I don't think they're going to be able to keep it up with a subscription fee. Once again, I could be wrong because I've been surprised that a lot of people actually really, really, really enjoy the game, which is great. Hey, more power to them. I mean, to each his own, basically, is where I'm getting at. To each his own. So if they like it, that's great. And I wish that game the best. I'm just giving you guys kind of my prediction based on what I saw. So that is my opinion on the payment model, subscription fees, and microtransactions. Now, if your MMO is free to play, then microtransactions are perfectly fine, so long as you're not flat out selling items, which was the case in Neverwinter. And that is the reason why I stopped playing. I started playing Neverwinter, if you guys are wondering. I played it with Pally Time, and I eventually just stopped playing because I didn't like the fact that you could basically buy anything from the auction, from the real money auction house. Like, oh, I'll just go and buy the best gear. And it's like, not a big deal. No, I don't really like that. The game itself was actually kind of cool, and it was doing some new things too. So, once again, don't know. We'll see how that stuff goes down. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Dark Souls. Why the hell not? We're always talking about Dark Souls, right? So first, let's talk about Dark Souls 2. The beta sign-up, I guess, process is out. It's only for the PlayStation, which is fair because Demon Souls debuted first on the PlayStation. But actually, I think it's now that I think about it, I mean, obviously, I'm saying this whole thing, oh, it's fair because I have a PlayStation, so fuck you, Xbox guys. But in all honesty, it's not fair at all. It should be available to Xbox 360 people as well. It's dumb because, once again, you're alienating part of your fan base. Why would you want to do that? I know that a lot of people that are on the PlayStation side of things are going to be like, yeah, PlayStation, yeah. It's like, no, guys, it shouldn't be like that, because that is one of the reasons why companies hold so much power over gamers, is because we're constantly too busy fighting amongst ourselves, trying to prove which one of us is playing on the better platform. We're just idiots, really. When we're acting like that, the gamer community, when it starts acting like that, we're all idiots. Because instead of, banding together and basically fighting for a common goal, we're just fighting amongst ourselves, and nobody is ever going to take us seriously. And I mean that. It's just the way things are. So people really should just actually say, look, it's not fair. The Xbox 360 should get a shot at getting the access to the beta as well. Either way, I've already signed up for it. You can just go to the PlayStation Network, and it's really, really hidden, which is dumb. Like, in order to actually get to the place where you download the damn thing, I mean, let's face it. For starters, currently the PlayStation Network store is garbage. Okay, it just is. That is a fact of life. Currently, the PlayStation store is a piece of garbage, and not only that, then on top of it, you have to try and access something that's hidden as balls. The way that you guys should try to do it is just go to the most recent games, and it's listed as most recent games for whatever reason. At least that's the way it was in Europe. I'm not sure how it is in the US, but either way, good luck to all of you, because I'm not holding my breath, because I haven't had a lot of luck with Namco Bandai. And you guys might say, what are you talking about? You interviewed Yui Tanimura. Yeah, that wasn't really Namco. That was Maker. Maker got me the interview with Yui Tanimura. Like, I wasn't able to get an interview with Yui Tanimura. Maker got me that interview. Just keep that in mind. So, and that was made perfectly obvious when I tried contacting like 3 different people from Namco to try and get me inside the community. Because you guys might be thinking, oh, you just registered and that's it. No. I pulled strings all over the fucking place. Like, I was like, look, get me the contact of this guy. Give me the contact of this guy. Like, Rubber Chicken was asking their contacts in Namco to get me an invite. I was asking people that I've met in person at E3 to get me an invite to the Dark Souls community event. And I got nothing. I got zilch. So on when it comes to Namco, I've still got like 0 pull. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to access the Dark Souls beta or not. So the Dark Souls 2 beta or not. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. In regards to news, not a lot of new things really have been revealed in that community event anyways. Like, people got to play the game, which would have been fun. I would have liked to play the game some more, because they pretty much almost kicked me out of the booth when I was at E3. They're like, look, dude, you get to die one more time, and then you got to get the hell out of here. But yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that out. If I get to try that out, there's going to be like 2 waves of betas. I believe the first one's going to be on the 12th of October. The second one's going to be on the 27th of October. I would love to take part. I would love to record videos, although I'm not sure if we can because we might be subject to NDA, which means we can't actually. We might not be able to record video of it. I'm not even sure if we'll be allowed to talk about it because sometimes the NDAs will have terms like that, like you can't even talk about it on forums. You just can't talk about this kind of stuff. Like for instance, a game that has that is War of the Vikings. War of the Vikings is under strict NDA. Now I know that a lot of people have posted videos of it. I'm not sure if those people know that or not, but it is under strict NDA. I know of one case that they actually have permission, but I'm not sure if everyone has permission from Paradox. But yeah, that was the case. And you couldn't even talk about it. You can't even talk about it. So not sure if that's what they plan on doing for Dark Souls 2 or not. Now let's also talk a little bit about Dark Souls because yesterday, supposedly, because my plan is to release this video on the 6th of September, assuming that we actually achieve that date. Yesterday, you guys saw a video of mine in Dark Souls where I even put a disclaimer at start and I just said, look, it's been an exhausting week. Not on top of my game. And recently, I have not been on top of my game when it comes to Dark Souls. I've been playing really poorly, and you guys will see that on tomorrow's episode number 12. You guys will see that I also die in really just stupid situations, and you guys don't have to tell me that, look, you're dying in some really stupid situations, Rurikhan. Look, I'm aware that I'm dying in some really, really stupid situations. But there's actually several factors for that, and I will be addressing some of them in a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to address one of them, which is I'm beginning to notice that I am feeling a little bit burned out on Dark Souls. Definitely feeling a little bit burned out on Dark Souls, and I feel that after the current playthrough that I have, I might have to distance myself a little bit from it just to kind of get some breathing room, because otherwise, I feel I might even just go into Dark Souls already sick of the game, into Dark Souls 2. So that is something to keep in mind. I mean, just look at Epic Name, bro. He's not even doing anything with Dark Souls right now because he's probably burned out as well. So I mean, it's bound to be expected. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to stop playing. No, I know that I'm going to go back to it because I love it. And eventually I'm going to go back to it. But I think I'm probably going to take a break after this one playthrough, unless somewhere along that playthrough I get reinvigorated again. But I wouldn't count on that because I have a lot of new content that I've been putting up on the channel, and you guys apparently have been really enjoying it so far with the first impressions stuff. So I'm hoping that you guys will keep enjoying that. We'll see. Now, something else that keeps being brought up, despite the fact that I've addressed it like 1,000 bazillion times, but the fact of the matter is it keeps being brought up, and I know why it does. People keep bringing this subject back up because there's a lot of new people on the channel, and they go and they check the older videos and they see it, and then they come to the newer videos and they're like, hey, where's the face cam? And hopefully those people will watch Kast. But either way, I've noticed that a lot of you guys have also been replying to those comments, and I can't appreciate enough when you guys just do that, when you guys just kind of reply to comments for me, because I've been having a hard time keeping up with every single comment. I'm still keeping up with them. Up until this point, I've read every single one. Sometimes I might skip one reply because either I forget or it goes over my head. But so far, I've been reading every single one of the comments still. I'm still able to keep up with you guys, which is great. Because I was scared that as the channel grows, that I won't be able to keep up with comments. That might still be a thing. It's inevitable. At some point, I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the comments if the channel keeps growing. But I'm pretty happy with the fact that currently I still can. So I'm happy about that, because that is one of the things that I take pride in, is to actually read all of your comments. I really take pride in doing that. And I understand that maybe to a lot of YouTubers, like, you're just a dumbass. Why would you do that? And it's like, but to me, it's important. And I want to try to do that for as long as I possibly can. But either ways, let's address the whole face cam thing. So for those of you that still don't know, the reason I don't do face cam anymore is because I was being associated with people that abuse the face cam. Okay. And I realize that to some of you, this is like I'm keep saying the same thing over and over again, because I do, but this is for the newer subscribers. So it's just for them to know, because I was being associated with people that abuse the face cam. Like, for instance, you will see several YouTubers that do face cam and they will fake reactions, and you can tell that they're faking it. Like, I'm not even going to name any names. It's like, it's pointless, but you can tell that a lot of YouTubers use the face cam to fake and just exaggerate their reactions. That was never my intention. As a matter of fact, the reason I started using the face cam is because the first software that I've ever really used to capture in-game footage was actually a Macintosh software, and I started using it to capture World of Warcraft. I mean, obviously the first time I used anything was Fraps, but like the first time I've actually started doing proper videos was with the Macintosh software, and I was recording World of Warcraft, and that particular software automatically recorded camera footage as well. So I thought, oh, might as well just put the camera footage in there with the video, and it will be cool. So that is the reason why I used to do it. And then when I switched back to recording on the PC side of things with capture cards and all that stuff, I just kept on recording the face cam because you guys were used to it. But then after a certain point, people started abusing it, and a lot of people started, like, people that were new to the channel would come up and say, oh, you're one of those guys that just abuses it. And so that's why I stopped doing it. And to be completely honest, I am not going to go back to using the face cam for anything except these videos. I mean, because I still like having this kind of, relationship where you guys can see me talk about stuff, because that is something that transpired to a lot of people through the face cam. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing the face cam anymore, but I still like doing it in these videos. For those of you who enjoyed the face cam, you can still kind of look at my ugly mug in these particular videos, and you can still see my perfect smile with my with my cracked tooth and all that shit. But yeah, that is not coming back, and I'm really sorry, because I know that a lot of you guys really enjoyed it. But currently, there's also another reason, which is the fact that my videos look and feel a lot more professional when the face camera is not there. And that is also part of an image that I'm trying to portray now. And you guys might be like, oh my God, fucking sell out and all that stuff. And it's like, no, it's not about selling out, but to keep up with the channel's goals, I actually currently I feel that without the face cam, it's also better. I mean, there's obviously already the previous reason behind it, which hasn't really changed, with the fact that people just associate anyone who does face cam with those people that abuse it. But now there's another reason on top of that, which is the videos look more professional when the face cam is not there. And why is that important, you guys might ask? Because, as some of you guys have noticed recently, I've finally started receiving some review keys for video games. And this has been something that I've always wanted, because obviously I can only spend so much on buying video games to make first impressions and all that stuff, and it's that kind of stuff is not easy. So it is great that finally people respect me enough to actually send review codes over. Like, for instance, let me give you guys a couple of examples that you guys might not be aware. Payday, the first impressions of Payday, that was actually a developer sent me a beta key. I contacted them. They sent me a beta key. Guns of Icarus Online, developers sent me a beta key for that. Rise of the Triad, I was sent a review key for that through PR company that I've met while I was at E3, which is Evolve PR. The Raven Legacy of a Master Thief, once again, that was also by Evolve PR. Race the Sun by Evolve PR as well. Dragon Commander by Evolve PR as well. For instance, Rogue Legacy was sent to me by Cellar Door Games, I believe, the publisher of the game. They sent me the key to do the first impressions, and I really enjoyed Rogue Legacy, by the way. And so did you guys, apparently. I planned on doing more Rogue Legacy. thing is, I haven't really had time yet, but I want to do a couple of more episodes of Rogue Legacy because you guys really enjoyed it. Legends of Aetherius was also provided to me by the developers, and I really enjoyed Legends of Aetherius. Apparently so did you guys from the number of views on it anyways. Interestingly enough, I've also gotten to do some first impressions which were provided by you guys because you guys have been donating games, and some of those games I want to do first impressions on, like Spelunky, which I don't even remember who it was. I think it was Andreas, who gave it to me. Not 100% sure. Also, Dust and Elysian Tale, that was donated by Declore. He was the one who made it possible. Hammerwatch was donated by the developers themselves. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, that was donated by Declore as well. Lost Planet 3, that was given to me by Capcom, I believe. I'm not even exactly sure who it was, but that might have been a one-time thing because I actually met the lead game designer, and he was the one who kind of pushed the copy my way, which was cool. Planet Explorers, given to me by Pathia. Persona 4 Golden, given to me by Nintendo America. So I've been able to actually receive quite a few review copies, and I've been blown away with the fact that finally that time has actually come, which is great. And I know that a lot of these might be just one-offs, might be just them kind of testing out the waters, and then they might feel that it's not working out. But I'm still surprised with the fact that with the small audience that I have, that I've been able to actually get these kinds of things. And the main reason why I got these kinds of things is because of attending conventions. Because attending conventions, it gave me a lot of perspective on how things work. And it also gave me a lot of experience on how I should be addressing people when I request these keys, what I should be saying, all that stuff. And so those were some really important experiences. And I cannot stress enough to anyone who is starting something on YouTube, if they can afford to go to these things, how important it actually is to meet the people face to face. It is ridiculously important. Like, not even I had any idea. Like, I knew it was important, but I had no idea how important it actually was. It really surprised me. Either way, what are the next things that you guys can expect? The stuff that I'm currently working on for some more first impressions on the channel. The first one I'm going to tell you guys are going to be really surprised. Diablo 3 console. I mean, those of you who don't follow me on Twitter are going to be surprised because those of you who do follow me already know that I'm already playing this. Diablo 3 on console. And let me tell you guys, Diablo 3 on console is the Diablo 3 that should have been. Because I'm going to be making a first impressions video where I'm going to be talking a lot about Diablo 3 and its PC differences. It's not perfect because there is one big, huge problem that a lot of people are not going to be able to overcome with Diablo 3 for consoles. And that is the fact that offline and online are mixed. What I mean by this is that you can play offline and there's like no server verification for when you go online. So basically you can pretty easily, I believe, export your save file to a USB drive, put it on a PC, hack your save file to smithereens, and just then go play online with a barbarian and 130,000 strength. I've seen a save game like that ready for people to download. It was a level 1 barbarian. He had 103,000 on each stat and like God knows how much gold. Yeah. That is the one problem with the console version of Diablo 3. However, the payoff is you can play offline. There's co-op in the same console up to 4 players, which is ridiculous. You guys might think, oh, that's not a big deal. Oh, it is. Like, I played with a friend of mine today. We both just sitting on the couch playing Diablo 3. It is so cool. You guys have no idea. Not to mention that actually controlling Diablo 3 characters with a controller, I might be a little bit biased because I've been, ever since I started playing PlayStation, I've been a big fan of actually playing games with a controller. And I know that a lot of people on the PC side of things are like, oh, you infidel, how dare you, keyboard and mouse all the way. And it's like, look, that's fine for you guys. Me personally, whenever a game allows me to use a controller and it's not a shooter-based game like a melee game, I much prefer the controller, and Diablo 3 just feels so much more natural with the controller. I can't tell you how good it feels. You guys will see when I do the first impressions. I'm kind of like I'm monopolizing all the time of the stuff that's coming next with Diablo 3 console, because I've been playing it a lot today because I need to do the first impressions thing, so I need to play it a lot. But also I've gotten a key to Shadowrun Returns, although there's some doubts on whether or not they allow me to monetize the video, which still, regardless if they allow me to monetize or not, I'll still do the first impressions because I feel it's important for you guys to know my opinion on Shadowrun Returns, which is something that I'm curious to check out as well. Also working on on Total War Rome 2, which, if you guys have been following Angry Joe, you guys know that the game is glitched as all hell. So I'm actually waiting for the Friday patch before I go back to that particular game to have another look-see, because the Friday patch being a patch that comes out today, supposedly, because this video is going to come out on Friday. So I'm waiting for that particular patch to see if the game improves, because I'm having a lot of performance issues, having the same issues with the AI that Joe is having. Like I thought it was a glitch, and turns out, yeah, it was a glitch. Because in one of my missions, the thing that happened to Joe where the AI was just charging his line and then run back, that already happened to me. And I wasn't even trying to make it happen. And what can I say? I exploited the crap out of it. I killed all of them because I'm not experienced at all in playing Total War games. So I'm like, what? I get this advantage here? Fuck it. I'm using it. But then it's like, yeah, it's pretty dumb that they do that. And the victory, it's pretty much a bittersweet taste. So yeah, that's something I'm looking at. I'm also going to be taking a look sometime at God Factory, which is an indie title. Total Biscuit made a WTF of it in PAX East, I believe. So I'm going to be checking that out and see how that plays. That was also through Evolve PR. And Hearthstone. I received the Hearthstone beta key yesterday, which is today for me, but it's going to be yesterday for you guys. So I'm also checking out Hearthstone, and I want to make a couple of videos on Hearthstone. Depending on how you guys like Hearthstone, I might keep or not keep doing it, because I understand that there's like a bazillion people spamming the crap out of the internet with Hearthstone. But what can I say? I like trading card games as well. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised I never found the time to make another Scrolls video. But what happened with Scrolls is also that those matches do take up a lot of time. Whereas the Hearthstone matches are really fast. Like, boom, boom, you're in, you're out, they're dead, that's it. They're dead because you never die, you always win. Of course, makes perfect sense. But yeah, that is definitely something that I'm also looking at. Now, something that I've noticed while all of this stuff has been happening is that in order for me to keep on doing first impressions videos, I actually have a lot less time to actually record videos and upload videos on a consistent basis, because usually I would have like a backlog of 5 videos for 5 days ahead of me at all times. And currently, I just have tomorrow's video. That's it. And this video is being recorded one day before being uploaded. So the thing about doing first impressions, and I know that this is going to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm not. It's not a complaint at all. But the thing is, I actually have to play the games instead of just recording, because I don't want to do the whole thing where you just go into a game and you're like, oh, these are my first impressions. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I don't like that. And if you guys go, like, for instance, to my Persona 4 Golden first impressions, you'll notice that I took a lot of time analyzing the game because the game is really complex. And even still, I felt like I still didn't touch all the important things in the game. But I took a lot of time, and I want to take a lot of time to actually look at the games and make sure that I know what I'm talking about. Like, maybe I don't know everything 100%, because let's face it, I'm a one-man team here. I'm recording, editing, doing everything by myself. It's not easy. So maybe I won't know everything about a game, but I try to get grips on as many of the mechanics as I possibly can before I make a video. And that demands time, including time with Diablo 3, which is being awesome. I'm just like addicted to Diablo 3 again because the console version is just that good. And you guys will see when I talk about it on the video. Total War Rome 2 also seems ridiculously interesting. I just hope they fix the performance issues that I'm having, because I'm pretty sure my computer can run that game just fine. if they stop like and optimize it just a little bit. But yeah, lots of videos coming your way. The thing is, I don't have as much time, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep up with the whole one video a day thing. I'm trying as hard as I possibly can, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep up with that because a lot of these games require a lot of my time for me to analyze, for me to become knowledgeable about the game before I actually release a video about it. So yeah, it hasn't really been that easy. Now, on top of my personal situation, because I do have a couple of personal things that I wanted to talk about, just so that you guys know, because a lot of you guys still ask me about my health and all that stuff. And in regards to my allergies, I've been able to breathe better at night, even though it's not perfect. I've been able to breathe better at night, but I've just been waking up early because I'm constantly thinking about I should be making a video of this. I need to play this so that I can make a video of that. And it seems that kind of stuff just makes me wake up earlier. And I tend to not sleep as much because I just wake up. And when I wake up, I'm just like, I'm good to go. I'm ready, set up and just go, you know? And yeah, that is a little bit of a problem, but I've been trying to deal with it as best as I can. Now, the other thing is that particular problem of me not sleeping has been caused migraines. And I mean mind-blowing migraines. Like, just so that you guys get an idea, while I was at Gamescom, I had migraines every single day. And I think it was because I was just stressing out because I wanted to get as much content as possible. Because like I said previously, it's a big investment to go to these things, particularly for me, flying out of Portugal, going to Germany, flying out of Portugal, going to the US for E3. Basically, I had a migraine every day, and pretty much every day I took painkiller medicine to keep my head in the game. Ever since I got back, I've had migraines almost every day. I haven't been taking the painkillers because it's like, look, I can't be taking painkillers every single day because otherwise I'm going to become freaking addicted to painkillers. And so I've been avoiding painkillers as much as possible. I've been trying alternate solutions, like some people say, if you drink a glass of water, it helps with migraines. So that's something that I've been trying to do. But yeah, I've been suffering from some really wicked migraines. It's been really bad. On top of that, I currently do not have a landline internet, which is something that I am ridiculously pissed off about. I don't have I believe I've said it in the last Conscast. I ordered it shut down because the guys just weren't they were throttling me, and after they throttled me, they said, "Oh, we're not throttling you anymore." The problem was still there. I had less than 1 megabit of upload, so that was just not enough. I could not upload videos fast enough to keep up with my schedule. So I just told them, "Look, if this is the way you guys are going to handle things, cancel it. I'm not paying for it anymore. So whenever you guys want to talk to me, come talk to me. But look, I'm not paying for it anymore." That's it. I told them that I would pay for half of the last 2 months because my wife watches TV. So that's what I told them. Look, I'll pay you half because the internet was crap. So I'm not paying for the internet. I'll pay you for the TV service. That's it. That's all you're going to get out of me. And so you guys might be wondering, well, if you don't have a landline internet, how are your videos coming up? Through the 4G service that I had before. If you guys don't know, 4G is a service that you can get like for cell phones and whatnot, and you can access internet from your cell phone. Except in Portugal, they have a very specialized 4G service, which is like €30 a month, and that gives me 4 megabit upstream. 4 megabit is not as good as I had, but it's enough for me to keep uploading videos. Now, the problem with that particular line is that the ping is really high. It's very unstable. So for uploading videos, sure, fine. For actually watching videos online, it's terrible. For playing video games online, it's atrocious. And I'm not going to be able to until my new internet comes. And that internet is not going to be good. That's the other thing. Because like I said previously, no other internet service provider provides as fast internet in my area as the guys that I just ditched. So I can't get fast landline internet. So I'm only getting the landline internet so that I can play online games. But apart from that, that's all that internet's for. Like, I can't live stream on it because it's 1 megabit up. Probably going to be less than 1 megabit up. And I can barely download from it because it's going to be like 20 megabit down, maybe. So it's going to be terrible. Not to mention that when we're watching television, since it's a DSL line, when we're watching television, it is most likely going to decrease the speed of the actual internet. If you watch television in HD or something, it is most likely going to eat away a little bit of bandwidth there. So that is definitely going to be a problem as well. Now, I've been thinking about a solution, which is because I still want to do live streams. So I've been thinking that I might do an experiment where I will try to live stream with delay. Because here's the thing, like I said, the thing uploads just fine, but it's unstable. So obviously I can't expect it to maintain like a live stream going. But if I delay it, like I will supposedly give it enough of a buffer that even for that instability, it should still be silky smooth. But I'm not sure. That's a theory that I have. It might work, might not work. I'm considering trying to figure out how do I do the like a 30-second delay live stream, and I'll try to do that and see if that works out with my current connection. If it does, I'll be able to live stream. If it doesn't, I won't. It's going to be that simple. What else? I've also been having some problems with the AverMedia capture card. Lots of problems. So like I told you guys, I've been trying to get in touch with capture card companies. They want nothing to do with me. So I'm probably going to have to go ahead and buy another capture card. I definitely don't want to do the whole chip-in thing again because I did that once and I just don't like doing it. You guys know that I do not like doing that kind of stuff. So whatever. I'm probably going to try and save up and get myself an HD PVR 2 Gaming Edition Plus, which I'm not sure if that is going to be the best solution. I'm really scared of buying that because if I buy it and it turns out that the Live Gamer HD actually had better quality, I'm going to be ridiculously pissed off. So I'm not sure. Either way, I'm going to be definitely going to be making a video on capture cards when I get that particular capture card. And while we're talking on capture cards, the other thing is no news have been given on Gamescom for a capture card Vita. I've also tried working my contacts to see if I could get a dev kit. That's not going to happen ever. So I don't know. I'm pretty desperate at this point. I've also sent an inquiry to the guy that does the modding of PlayStation Vitas in Japan, and he never got back to me. And at this point, I'm like, well, if I send him a question and he didn't get back to me, what's the guarantee that if I pay him $400 to send me a modded PlayStation Vita that he's going to pull through? Like, I have absolutely no faith in that particular store. So I don't know what I can do. Like, I know that several people have bought modded Vitas and they got their modded Vitas online and all that stuff. But it's like, you guys need to understand, I'm in Portugal. And my latest import hasn't arrived yet, which is ridiculous. Like, I tried importing something and supposedly it left Canada on the 1st of August. Still hasn't arrived. It still hasn't arrived. Can you believe that? So what's going to happen with the Vita? I don't know. Maybe I'll order it and it will never get here. So I don't know. I wish there was a better situation. I wish there was someone modding Vitas in Europe. If you guys know of anyone that does this stuff in Europe, because if I order it from Europe, at least I know that I won't be stuck in customs. So if you guys know of a place that is modding Vitas in Europe, let me know so that I can get in touch with them. But currently I'm just like, and there's so much stuff I want to do on the Vita. There's just so much content on the Vita that I want to cover. I want to do more Persona. I want to do more Ragnarok Odyssey. I want to do Soul Sacrifice. There's so much stuff that I want to cover there. Oh my God. Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is the whole attending conventions thing. I just wanted to let you guys know that so far, like I said previously, so far it has actually been really positive experience for me in those conventions. Both E3 and Gamescom both have been ridiculously positive. Obviously not in monetary terms because the interviews don't usually get that many views. I was surprised with the amount of views that Total War Rome 2 had. I think it's about to reach like 10,000 views, which makes it like my most successful video of the month. And I was like, wow, okay, I'm surprised. But usually interviews don't really pay off. What it pays off is in terms of me actually getting in touch with people, gaining that credibility, that I'm actually trying to do something that is professional and legitimate, and I'm not just here to do tabloid journalism, which is what a lot of people on YouTube do. They just do the tabloid thing, and that's not what I'm looking to do, and at least now people are kind of getting that idea. And yeah, it's just like if YouTube starts paying off more, which currently at the rate it's going, I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to attend E3 next year. But if YouTube pays more, I'm going to basically attend as many of these conventions as I possibly can. I'll bring you guys as many news as I possibly can. And I'll even meet some of you guys there, maybe, if that's a thing. It's just don't be surprised if I'm always running around because, for instance, I've met Tobias from TGN while I was at Gamescom, and we barely spoke because I was always running all over the place. That's just the way that I schedule my stuff. I go nuts when I get to these places. I just try to get as much coverage as I possibly can because I know that I've invested quite a bit to be there, unlike a lot of other international media who actually get paid to go there. Yeah. And also something that I wanted to address as a final bit of things is the company's reluctance to accept YouTube as a form of press. I'm probably going to be making a specific video just addressing this issue because there still is a lot of, I don't even know how to explain it, but there's a lot of judgmental, condescending, patronizing, that kind of stuff going on with people that do YouTube content. And there really is no reason for it because people that do YouTube content, there's every shape and form of people that do the YouTube content thing. And there's people who do it just for fun, which is great. There's people who do it just to make fun of other people, which is fine. And there's people who are actually trying to make this professionally and actually giving entertainment to audiences. And I'm somewhere in between entertainment and just full-out reviews because I can't do full-out reviews. Like a lot of people consider the stuff that they do reviews, but it's like I hold reviews up to a really, really, really high standard. So for instance, I would not call one of my videos a review unless I actually played through the entire game, which is why I call my videos first impressions and not reviews, because a lot of the times I will make those first impressions. I will know enough of the game to give you guys my opinion on it, but I might have not finished it. And that is why I call my videos first impressions and not reviews. I feel that reviews should be held at a higher standard. I feel that a lot of people that actually do reviews, both on YouTube and outside of YouTube, should actually consider if what they're doing is actually reviews. Like I saw a Persona review. I'm not going to say where, but I saw a Persona 4 Golden review. It was 5 minutes. It's like, I'm sorry. I know that I do long format content because I like giving people a nice big video they can sink their teeth in. And that is always going to be the way that I plan on doing my videos. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to artificially extend them if there's no reason, but it is my intention that the videos last about half an hour or more. And it's like, how can you review Persona 4 Golden in 5 minutes? You can't even talk about fusing personas in 5 minutes. You can't even talk about the social aspects of Persona 4 in 5 minutes. You You can't even talk about the dungeons and the fact that they're random in 5 minutes. I don't get it. I don't get it. And basically, bottom line is that people should take YouTube a lot more seriously than they actually do. And luckily, I've been able to make some contents that allow me to kind of get around that kind of problem, that kind of YouTube label, so to speak. But at the end of the day, companies need to get real. I mean, just look at how many people bought Dark Souls because of me. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this as a fucking fact. A lot of people bought Dark Souls exclusively because of me. A lot more people bought Dark Souls exclusively because of Epic Name Bro. It's just a fact. Dark Souls is as big as it is in great part because of YouTube. And that is the reason why currently Namco Bandai is blowing away God knows how much money in marketing campaigns and making armors of Dark Souls 2, real life armors of the Dark Souls 2 hero, because we built that hype. And I'm not saying just YouTube, like there's also the wikis. So many people built that hype. And I think it's time for companies to realize that this is a new world. And this whole bullshit about like Final Fantasy 14, for instance, oh, YouTubers can't actually record our stuff, can't monetize our videos. It's like, I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? Get real. Embrace it. It's the best thing you could possibly do. Let me just tell you something. If anyone is actually watching from the Final Fantasy marketing department, do you guys know how much money you lost because of that policy? And I know that that policy has been turned back by now, but you guys have any idea how much momentum your game lost because of that one stupid policy? Think about that. Just think about that for a little bit. You would have had coverage from Total Biscuit. You would have had coverage from Jesse Cox. You would have had coverage from Pallytime. You would have had coverage from so many goddamn people on YouTube. I would guarantee you would sell at the very least, conservative numbers here, people. They would have sold just 10,000 copies of that game, straight up. At the very least. That's how much money I estimate you guys lost. 10,000 copies. It's not really that much of a big deal, really, if you think about it. I mean, times 50, $500,000. I'm not sure if it's $50 or it's $30, but let's say $30. $300,000. That's not a lot of money, is it? Just because of one dumbass policy. And like I said, conservative numbers. A long time, they could easily double. I don't know. You guys tell me. Either way, that is going to be it for this particular Conscast. My voice is going away now. My voice seems to be going away really fast lately. It's probably because I haven't been sleeping much. But either way, thank you very much for staying with me through all this time, listening to me ramble on about all this stuff. And I just noticed that I forgot to wear my hat for this particular episode. But anyways, that one goes out to people that think, oh, Rurikhan's balding. I am a little bit, but not that much. Thank you very much for watching. As per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all that kind of good stuff in the comment section below. As per usual, remember to leave me community topic or vote on someone else's community topic suggestion if you enjoy their suggestion, so that I will have a community topic for the next Conscast. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys